I'm Eddie Hernandez. I'm executive chef.
I'm Mike Clank, and I'm the managing partner. We've been working together since 1987. We were opening a restaurant south of Atlanta in Clayton County, and Eddie came to work for us as a waiter before we opened, and he said that he was experienced in the kitchen and he'd be glad to help out for a while, but he didn't want to stay in the kitchen. Well, 30 years later, he's still in the kitchen.
As you can see. I was never formally trained. I got pretty much like homeschooled by my mom and my grandma.
I lived in New Mexico and Southwest Colorado for a while after college, and I knew that there was a type of Mexican food that we didn't get here in Atlanta at all. When we started working together, we started changing the menu and doing whatever we wanted, and then we started mixing a lot of Southern with the Mexican and Creole with the Mexican.
We created a cuisine that was non-existent.
We first started doing the turnip greens in 1988. The guy's name was Bobby Avery. But he had a big garden, like an acre garden. And he brought in turnip greens and asked us to cook them.
I didn't know what they were.
And Eddie really didn't know what they were, and he asked us how we cooked them, and I told him, we clean them, you boil them. People put ham hock in it or pork stock, and then we spice them with the vinegary pepper sauce. Well, we didn't have any pork stock, so we used chicken stock. And he just came up with the idea of putting fresh vegetables in it with the chicken stock after they were cooked. The fresh tomatoes and onions and garlic and the chili de arbo pulled the bitterness out of the turnip greens, and people just loved them.
You know, we have a similar plant in Mexico that we use called quelite, so I just decided to think of the greens as a plant from Mexico and try to manipulate it to make it like a Southern style type of greens.
Eddie cooked them and we gave them to Bobby. But he brought a mess of greens, so we had a lot of extra greens. So we just gave greens out to customers who were there at the bar or wherever. So then people started asking, you got any greens tonight? So we started selling turnip greens. Probably 40 out of 52 weeks a year we have something new that's either a taco, a chef special, a seafood special.
It's the basic core for the customers is that they know that they can always get something different.
Seeing stuff, trying it, oh, that works, oh, that doesn't work. You do that all behind the scenes, then what goes out to your guests is good.
That's why they say that I'm a genius. Because they don't see the red stuff.
For me, it's important to let go of control